What'd you make of Jay Powell's address today? Is he now on Team Mester, Team Let's Taper?
Well, I don't know whether he's on Team Mester or I'm on Team Powell, but I think we see things pretty similarly. I mean, the economy has made a lot of progress. I think that's the great thing about what we did early in the pandemic. And now the question is, is it time to step back from some of that extraordinarily accommodative policy that we put on, and in particular, the asset purchases? And the criteria that we put in the statement about what would it take for us to begin tapering, I think we're pretty much there. Certainly inflation, we made substantial progress since December of 2020. And I think that we've also made substantial progress on the labor market. We're going to get another labor market report before our next FOMC meeting, and I'm going to be very interested in seeing that. The only real risk here is whether the Delta variant is going to cause more of a pullback in demand than I'm expecting. And of course, I'm going to be watching that. But I think basically we've met our criteria. And now it's a question of communicating in an appropriate way so that we can make sure that we're not surprising the markets in some way. And I think the chair did an excellent job today of sort of setting out the thinking of the committee.
Well, should people be thinking that the September 22nd FOMC meeting is a possibility for announcing a taper?
Well, we started out talking about it a meeting ago. Now we're going to be talking more at the September meeting. My own personal view would be that we want to use that meeting to sort of lay out some of our own thinking about the pace and the timing. And I'd be satisfied if we began tapering sometime this year. And I'm looking to try to end those purchases and complete them by the middle of next year. So I think we're all sort of in that ballpark, and we need to have that meeting in September to sort of codify our own thinking on that. But I think the bottom line is that I think we've met the criteria we put out, or we're very close to it in terms of both the labor market side and have already met the criteria in the inflation side. So, whether it's, September to start in November or November to start in December, I don't think that's going to make a material difference to the economy. I think the important thing and the important message is that we've met the criteria. The economy has momentum. There are certainly risks out there, and, we're going to be carefully watching both the inflation side and the employment side. And as I've said all along, and the committee has said all along, how the economy goes really is dependent on the virus. But, we now have vaccinations, and I think the outcome will be a lot different than it was earlier before the vaccinations were available.